From the screens to all up in your sound waves, you are now tuned into a brand new conversation which can only be held here on the People's Princess Podcast, the only home for those intimate and intentional conversations, surely to make you feel like royalty, hosted by me, the HBIC or head princess in charge, the editor, producer, everything that you see that is P3 is me, Chicago Cinderella, and most importantly, the People's Princess herself, Amaya Kai, welcoming all of my American and Global Beauty League members back to the palace. And we are officially celebrating a very monumental classic here in the HBCU world. For many who do not know, I attend Fort Valley State University, located in Fort Valley, Georgia, as a sophomore biology major with a concentration in health sciences, and it's about that time. And the time that I'm talking about is we are officially celebrating one of the most celebrated classics in the HBCU world, specifically in the SIAC Conference, or for many who do not know, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, highlighting two big rivals. That's right, Fort Valley State University Wildcats and the Albany State University Golden Rams. So, for all who do not know, two HBCUs, both are royal blue and old gold, Ram or a Wildcat, but most importantly, there is only one goal, and that is to win the 34th Fountain City Classic, which will be located in the city of Columbus, Georgia, on Saturday, November 9th, 2024. And what better way than to bring everybody together, or whatever we're going to do, than to celebrate with amazing individuals from both institutions to not only see their experiences here, what separates these HBCUs, their experiences at the beloved Fountain City Classic, and most importantly, their choices on who they think will win the 34th Fountain City Classic on Saturday. So we are officially going to start off with a banger with this amazing individual here, who a lot of you all have seen on campus. But before he gets to introduce himself, I have a small introduction myself. Now, you can tell me if I'm right. From the amazing city of Lakeland, Florida. There we go. Okay. Lakeland, Florida is a junior biology major who is also a part of the track and field team. And most importantly, he is known around campus as Rudolph. So without further ado, I will allow him to introduce himself because, yeah, even though my introduction could be one way, he will be way better to introduce it, even though he does not need no introduction.
Appreciate that, man. Hey, how everybody doing? My name is Jaden Rudolph, junior here at the Fort Valley State University, biology scholar, concentration in health sciences. My dream goal is to be an athletic trainer. I love to help people be in physical therapy. Track and field has always been my passion, just helping others and, just be positive and uplift others, man. That's my goal. That's my goal.
So, first of all, welcome and thank you so much for joining on the show, and most importantly for the first big special. And like I said, we're going to figure out not only your experience here, but at the end, who you think will win the Fountain City Classic. You ready? All right. So, before we get into anything Fort Valley State University wise, allow us to meet Jaden before coming to Fort Valley State. Like, what was life for you in Lakeland, Florida?
Life in Lakeland, it's real tough. Real tough at first. Had a trouble upbringing. Wasn't necessarily a well-behaved kid.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have the greatest relationship with my father. It's a lot better now. Thanks to God. And it was really, I had my ups and downs. I had a lot of ups and downs. And, Lakeland is a place of opportunity.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lot of opportunity in Polk County, Florida. So, just coming from a place that I come from, just to be in this position I am now, it's just a blessing of itself. I wake up every day, just thanking God, just to wake up and, just be in this position because my parents didn't go to college. So I'm my parents' first kid to go to college. So being able to come to school and, go a lot further than, what they did, even though they're successful now, just to continue my education is just a great goal in of itself. It's just such an amazing feeling, making my mama proud and all, making her proud each and every day. And, when I walk across that stage, it's There's no turning back. There's no turning back.
Okay. That was actually very interesting because for y'all who don't know, I just met Rudolph like a couple weeks ago. And to hear that, it's actually very, I see your passion in everything, especially with you as a track star as well, which we will get into. So after, your upbringing, what made you choose Fort Valley State University over any HBCU? And if you would like to share, were there any other schools that you were looking into before Fort Valley State?
Well, what ultimately led me to choosing Fort Valley was the fact of always going to HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
One of my aunts had originally attended a HBCU. She went to FAMU in Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm.
So I always want to, kind of follow in her footsteps, but I didn't necessarily think about going to FAM.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to go to an HBCU, yes, but it wasn't necessarily FAM. I just wanted to kind of follow in her footsteps because I always noticed the culture and the environment. And Fort Valley was one of those schools that I kind of looked up first because it's a very old school and it has been known. And I didn't necessarily know about the area,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew about the school. So when I did my research on the school and I did a background check and I got in touch with the track coach at the time,
Mm-hmm.
back in 2020, the coach at the time, he had recruited me and gave me a scholarship. So when I had interacted with him, it was just an amazing feeling. He showed me a lot of great content, and along with the research that I did, it pretty matched up well. So that's kind of what led me to my decision.
Okay, so do you think there would have been any other school that would have brought the same experience as Fort Valley State if you did not choose the school?
Personally, I would think possibly Bethune.
Mm-hmm.
I would think Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I could I could also throw possibly possibly Morehouse in there. Possibly Morehouse. Um, I know it's an all guys school.
Yeah.
It definitely would have taught me a lot of structure. You got Spelman.
Yeah.
You'll see other people. A lot of females and whatnot. Beautiful people. But I feel like as if Fort Valley was the right fit for me personally because I know that something told me you should come here. Like you're gonna be established here. Like this is where you're gonna start your career. This is how your career is gonna take off. You're gonna meet so many great people, amazing people, just like yourself. Like you're gonna build a lot of great relationships. Even like we're gonna build a great relationship. So, something just told me Fort Valley is the place. Fort Valley is the place, and I feel like I was just destined to be here because I see from the time I got here to the point now to where I am now today in the Fort Valley culture, it was just meant to be.
So speaking on that, if you had to say what it meant to you to be a student of Fort Valley State University, let's just say you take away anything athletic wise or extracurricular wise, what would you say would make up a Fort Valley State University student?
For me, I think without track, I feel like I'd pretty much be the same.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would be the same person here at Fort Valley. I don't think track is. I don't think track is the end goal.
Mm-hmm.
Track has never been the end goal. It's a big part of my life, yes, but it's not everything. It's very important to me. Yes, it's very important, and I really want to do very very well and hopefully go to the next level. God's will, but I think being involved in political events, very 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 educational events.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking my mind, having my voice out there. I think I always got had my face into something. I'm always active, so I feel like without track, I feel like it would still be the same.
Yeah.
Rudolph, he just wouldn't be an athlete.
Yeah. And dovetailing off that question as well, how did you see yourself evolve from freshman year to junior year now? And I would like to throw this in here as well. If you could tell the freshman Rudolph one thing, what would you say to him and why?
Start off well. I think the difference between freshman year and now is that I've calmed down a lot. I've
Mm-hmm.
calmed down a lot. A lot of people have said that, and I was like, I noticed it in myself. I'm still wild, but I
Mm-hmm.
think I had got to a point my freshman year. I had got to a point where I wasn't going to class, or sometimes I'll show up late. I pick and choose when I went to class because back in the fall, fall 2020, spring 21, we had the option of collaborate virtually.
Mm-hmm.
So I took, I think I took too much advantage of that, and I got a little lazy. I started having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know how to college. When you first come to college, you experience that life, and I don't think I was necessarily in the right. I think I always had the right mindset. I just didn't always um, make the right actions.
Mm.
I think I always been motivated, obviously, to finish school and, do my work, do whatever I need to do to walk across that stage and have my career take off. But I wasn't necessarily focused during the times I needed to be focused. And I noticed I wasn't turning my work in on time, or sometimes I'll miss deadlines, I'll miss dates. Sometimes I went and set my alarm, stay out later than I should have.
Yeah.
But, coming into junior year, senior year, Rudolph, I think the difference now is, I'm more jaded.
Mm.
I feel like the first 2, 3.5 years was Rudolph. I feel like this over this past year or so has been more jaded, and that's kind of what I really want to be. I think I've been evolving more into Jaden ever since, you know, this past spring.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Jaden, he more sure of himself, he more confident, he more laid back, he more smooth. He's a lot more. He's still outgoing,
Yeah.
but he's more focused. He more driven. I feel like I'm a lot more focused on the right now and not just the end goal. I think in the past I was always focused on the results
Yeah.
rather than the right now. And there was a lot of times where I wasn't focused on the right things. I was focused on, females having fun, partying, doing this, that, and third. I wasn't focused on my P's and Q's, but now being Jaden, evolving to the man, 22-year-old man I am now, I feel like I'm more I'm more confident, and I know and I understand what's in front of me, and I can't do anything to let it be taken away. Because I know only me can fail me.
Mm.
I say this.
Say that one more time.
Only
Say
me
that
can
one more
fail
time.
me. Only me can fail me. I say this to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You're your own bridge between success and failure. You're your own bridge between success and failure. Can't nobody fail you. Can't nobody succeed you.
Yeah.
Only you can succeed yourself. It's just like a professor. They won't fail you. You're going to fail yourself. So I feel like the mindset that I got now, I stayed a lot more busy. I got more involved with, you know, on campus events,
Mm.
different, like you said, different curricular activities outside of just track, and obviously I do a lot of stuff off campus wise. So I feel like staying busy has helped me stay more focused because the more busy I am, the more focused you are. So I feel like staying busy has really helped me over this past couple years.
And that's honestly real. I don't know why, but I see that for me too because with me being an SGA, of course, with having P3 and trying to be, myself, all while having all these things attached to me, I do kind of find myself in ways where I do kind of lose myself in the mission, but then I also kind of like, I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of have like that come to God and be like, okay, you've done all this, but you got to get back in square one and understand like you're supposed to be on one specific path. And I feel like a lot of college students do not have to be afraid of the path that they're on. And I'm going to speak to everybody when I say that. Do not be afraid of the path that you're supposed to take because everybody says college is what you make it, but also college is how it is supposed to be designed for you. because not everybody will have the same exact experiences. But also, you have to make sure that you make the spaces that you believe are missing. Because at the end of the day, like you said, only you can stop yourself from what you want to do. So,
Exactly.
for anybody who is watching this right now and is looking to go to college, just make sure that you not only align yourself with the right people, but understand that it's okay to make your own spaces by yourself, but there will be people that come along and say, okay, let me join this with you because I see what you're doing, but I also can see how I can add to the vision. So if we're going to talk about that, who do you see yourself working alongside that could be like a dynamic duo? Or now I know who you're gonna say. I know who you're going to say. But you have, for me, I know that you are the type of person where if you know somebody, you're always gonna talk to them. But there is nothing like a better half. So is there anybody from Fort Valley State that you feel as if it's like your partner in crime, and why?
Well, obviously you already know that answer. So,
I'm glad to.
and, people who really, really know me,
Yeah.
know the answer. I gotta say, my best friend, ride or die, my heart, my other half. I gotta say, Cheyenne Daniels, Shay,
Yeah.
Shay the Brat. Cheyenne Shay Daniels. Just the person that she is. Always been just attracted to, her soul, her genuineness. Where she came from. Just like I know her true story, so just looking at what she doing now and where she came from is just motivation in of itself, and I just appreciate everything that she brings to the table. We done been there for each other when we had nothing. We done been each other, what I'm saying, even now, like we done been each other when we was down, we done been each other when we was up. So it's just like, and the best is yet to come. So it's just like we always been there for each other. She always had my back, and I always had hers. So she always been right there by my side. We always hung out. You know, we always enjoyed each other's time. I remember when I first met her. We just hit it off in the back. I met her through group me. We all got recruited. She was on the track team at this time, so I remember first meeting her. Started getting in contact, started talking more often. When we started building the bond, and ever since about April, May 2020, we just been kicking it ever since. And over the years, we got closer and closer and closer, like each and every day. And I have been, like I said, she's been my ride or die, like ever since we met. There's nothing I wouldn't do for her. She's, like I said, like she's everything to me. She's literally she's the female version of Jaden, literally. Female version. So, I just love every ounce of her. Just love, like she's just beautiful inside and out. She got a genuine soul. Like she real. I understand where she come from. And I know why she do what she does. I know why she do what she does. So, you know, she's I just love her. I just can't. I can say a million things. It's just inexplainable. Like it's just something about her that I can't. I just can't let her go. It's just something about her.
Not you pouring out your not how heart, my bad, y'all.
Yeah, it's just something about her. She's just a great person. Fun person to be around. She's funny. She's just fun to be around. Like she's that one person that you can never get tired of. Like she can get mad for a split second at me, and she'll be the same person. Like a few seconds later. Like that's how a relationship is. It's always been that way. And whenever we really started kicking it, like that's when the relationship started to evolve. Like, I never met somebody that literally checks all the boxes. Like she is somebody that like I couldn't like we never really argued. You know what I'm saying? Like we may not agree on everything, but it's like we we match energy. Like she's just she's just it. She's just like different. Like the person she is, you can't say nothing bad about Shay. One thing about Shay, everybody gonna have something positive to say about her. She may have haters, but one thing you can't ever say is that she was never real. She always been real. She always gonna be the same person every time you see her. And one thing for sure, she stand on business. And that's what I love most. She gonna be her. No matter who around, she gonna be herself. And I think that's really what I feel like that's the most attractive thing about us because she she's unapologetically herself. She gonna be Shada Brat 24/7. And she gonna be real 24/7, no matter who around. So she just an amazing individual.
Shay, if you're watching this, we love you. We appreciate you. Even though I've not had the chance to meet you yet, I cannot wait to do that very, very soon. So, if we do want to go into more of the track side of you, how would you describe yourself as an athlete in 3 words?
I say driven,
Mm-hmm.
competitive, realistic.
Mm.
Reason I say realistic is I know running track is different from other sports. You're really relying on yourself. So it's just like when you're only gonna whatever you put in is what you're gonna get out. So you have to be realistic with what your goals are gonna be. You have to be realistic with how you're gonna perform. Because how you train is how you perform.
Mm.
So run the track. When I first started running track, it just allowed me to one, stay out of trouble. I ain't gonna lie. Because I started playing football. When I started playing football, you know, I started changing a little bit, but I was still, still trying to figure it out. But when I started running track, it opened a whole lot of doors. Obviously, that's what made me here for a better. So, running track, it has really it did a lot for me. Like I said, like I don't know where I would be without track, honestly. I'd probably be dead, doing something. Like, I don't know what I'd be doing. Like, honestly, like, I'd be doing something I shouldn't. I definitely wouldn't be in school. I would have been getting in trouble, probably would have been, you know, I didn't grow up in the streets or nothing, but I probably would have been somewhere in the streets. So, uh, honestly, like track field has done a lot for me. It's opened a lot of doors. I know the athlete I can be, and I know, this upcoming season, I know it's a lot riding on the line. It's a lot that I want to obtain, but God willing, I will stay healthy. And just give every ounce that I can give. Just continue to work harder and harder each and every day. And I think with me, it's all the mind thing. I just have to go out there and just compete, just go out there and run, just be myself. Don't switch nothing up. Just go out there and just be free, let loose. Don't think about competition. Don't think about how you go perform, the time you go run. Should I do this? Should I do that? Just go out there and run. Just go out there and compete. Just do the absolute best that I can to get those results.
Mm. God dog it, y'all. Every guest I have on here, I don't even want to cry every time I hear these stories, man. Cause like I've never, seen that side of you before. So for you to open up like that, I appreciate it. Because it's very interesting hearing everybody, but most importantly, just for me, I like to accept everybody's stories, but make sure that they're telling it in a way that, makes them feel comfortable. And for you to do that is just truly, it's an honor because I wasn't expecting it, and I appreciate that more than you know. And I'm going to say it again and again for anybody who's watching it. Stamp that. I don't say clock it. I say stamp that.
Yeah, I ain't really too much of an open book, but I am open to those that I really, really care about, like yourself. So, all you gotta do is ask.
Absolutely.
If I got some love for you, I'm gonna tell you.
That's absolutely real. So, with these 3 words that you defined for yourself as a track athlete, do you see yourself as a role model on and off the track field? And if so, what has developed, not really your ways of mentorship, but how does that develop into how you bring Jaden out to those who may not know you or those who may know you?
I want to say I necessarily, you know, see myself as a role model. I don't really see myself as a hero. I think I try to. Do I motivate people? Do I uplift people? Yeah. Do I make others want to be around me? Yeah. But I don't necessarily think I feel like role models. I feel like that's the wrong term to use.
Okay.
I feel like it's a good term, but I feel like for me
Yeah.
personally, I think it's more of like just that guy you can talk to, or just that guy that you would want to be around. Not necessarily a role model. I don't think I don't look for people looking up. I look to uplift people, and I look because I just stand on real deal gems. Number one thing that I love is just real deal gems. That's what I look for in people, not just females, but in people. Like if I'm gonna be around you, I just look for real deal gems. Like uplifting people, making you feel like you awesome, making you feel like you belong, you amazing, like you have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like feel just know that you have purpose, like yourself, like you have purpose, like you gonna be successful. You here for a reason. It ain't nothing that you can't do. You limitless. It ain't nothing that you can't do. Only you can stop you. So I feel as if on the track, I feel like I motivate my teammates. A lot of us are really friends, like not just teammates, but um, you have your select groups, you have your people that you talk to. You know, it's a lot of people on there that's just teammates, but you have we have people that are friends, and I think on the track I am motivational. I think I do motivate people. I do push people. I think possibly what I could do better is I probably could reach out to the ones that I don't talk to. I think I can get closer with everybody. I've openly said that in team meetings before. I said like, "Hey, I gotta get to learn some of the new faces out here." I think off the track, I would say, um, I'm the same person on and off track. I'm the same person. Like a lot of people don't see the sweat tears. Everybody don't see like the pain, the breathing hard, like the suffering, like the tiredness, the exhaustion. Like people don't see people don't see that side. People don't see that. See that's what Jaden kicked. You see, a lot of people say they know Rudolph, but they don't even know Jaden. So here's my thing: a lot of people say they know Rudolph, don't really know Rudolph. Yeah, y'all know Rudolph's name. Y'all know Rudolph is fun. He a lit person. But what do you really know Rudolph? You wouldn't know I'm from Florida unless I told you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all wouldn't know I'm from Florida until you see my bio on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know really nothing about me unless I tell you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all won't see Jaden because a lot of people don't take the chance to see Jaden. You see, people that have been around me or claim that they know me will say, hey, okay, yeah, this guy friendly, he's this, that, and the third, but y'all don't know behind the scenes. Y'all don't see what I do off camp or when I'm on camp.
Yeah.
You don't really see the real. I have a vision for Fort Valley. I got a vision for myself. I got a vision for my people. And that's what people don't understand. Like, I am the way I am for a reason because of my upbringing. I always used to be angry. I don't want to be that way anymore.
Absolutely.
I was disappointed in myself. I look at my past and I think to myself like, why was I this way? But see, now I'm here today, and I know people of my character, somebody of my character, is needed on this campus, and I know that for a fact. And one thing I can say, don't nobody got the energy out of it.
That is true.
Don't nobody got the energy out there.
That is true.
That is on.
But I feel like it's a good thing though, because I feel like a lot of people don't really know how to balance that, especially coming into college, because I feel like there's always just a misconception in the sense of how you have to, in a way, turn off everything that you know in order to adapt to a new place. Yet at the same time, you have to make that place adapt to you, regardless of how others may think of you. And I feel like I have to learn that as well, because I ain't gonna get to it, but I feel like sometimes, especially in different spaces that I'm not used to, specifically Fort Valley State, because I'm not from here. And it can be hard because you look around at certain people and you tend to compare, even though people say you can't do that. But sometimes it's hard not to, because you see people doing not really, I don't want to say greater than you, but they have been receiving more recognition. And sometimes you don't hear, oh, I appreciate you for this. Oh, I love you. But at the same time, I just do want to say I admire you for showing that each and every day, even when sometimes it might get hard for you. Because at the end of the day, there is somebody that looks at you and be like, dang, I want to be just like him. And I feel like we do need to see that a lot more, especially in Black men, especially in, our age range as well, because we don't really see that, not really reflection of emotion, but more in the sense of how they understand what it means to have a balance. And I do want to say you are that example, especially for not only just an athlete, but just an individual in that aspect. And I don't know if anybody told you that before, but I feel like you need to hear that though. Because at the end of the day, don't ever change for anybody. But most importantly, the fact that you are able to, own up to your mistakes and build off of it and let others see that growth says a lot.
Of course, that ain't nobody perfect. I'll be the first to say that. I ain't perfect. Do I aim for perfection? Yeah. Perfection should be the only thing you chase that you can never catch. That's real. That's something we can never catch is perfection. But that's something we aim to be. And I feel like my goal is every day is just to be 1% better. 1% better every day. Each and every day in every aspect. It could be talking to people. It could be fixing my lingo. You feel me? Like even fixing my lingo, like cussing. I told myself I gotta stop cussing. Every time I talk, it's a swear word. So it's just like, and I get that. I've been doing that for so long now. I'm like, man, like this ain't me. You feel me? Like, is it challenging? Yeah. Is it challenging? Yeah, for sure. But that's something I could work on. You know, I think over this past year, I learned how to be more legitimate, like holding doors for people, opening the door, like for example, opening the door for Shay before she get in the car. I feel like the female is getting in your car, especially someone that you care about, you love, somebody who's real close to you. I feel like you should be showing her that kind of respect. Especially me, especially me caring for her the way that I do. I feel like it's certain things. I know the certain things that she likes, and it's kind of a turn off when you don't do certain things. And it's kind of like, okay, yeah, you're not gonna know everything that's going in somebody's head, but things like that is something that not just like people look for. Like you never know, like your future boss. You never know. Like you can meet a random person at Publix or whatever the case may be. They might own a radio station. They might they might be a CEO of a whole company. You might be aiming to work for a company like that, but you didn't open that door. You didn't say, "Hey, how you doing?" You didn't say, "Hey, you look nice today." It's just little stuff. It's little stuff like that. So I think I've learned how to be more of a gentleman this past year. I learned how to really. I learned how to. I think I learned though. I learned how to own up too. Learn how to own up and deal with. One thing for sure, I can deal with stuff.
Right.
I can deal with stuff. I'm gonna be alright either way. some stuff might suck. That's just life. But one thing for sure, gotta stay strong and focus on the big picture. And that's what I got going on individually. So that's what kind of keep going.
Yeah, y'all. Every time somebody come on People's Princess, you gonna get a word. And that's what I love.
So,
Cause y'all preaching. I love that. Like,
so
go ahead, be comfortable. Like, this the show to do that. And like I said, y'all gonna hear, I appreciate all my guests. Like, every guest that's been on here, I appreciate y'all.
appreciate you.
Especially for Fort Valley State too, because I've always wanted to hear, from other students in different type of places in Fort Valley State, because I feel everybody has something special that adds to it. And I feel like this special will really be the beginning of that, especially from a sports perspective, especially hearing from you, because like you said previously, not a lot of people see the blood, the sweat, the tears that y'all put in. They don't see the moments where you stress yourself out before a meet. They don't see you off the track where you're doing your academic work, you're doing extracurricular activities, or even outside of all of those things, Fort Valley wise, you're still a person. And people don't understand what it means to show all of you without showing all of you and be judged. And I feel like I said, this is going to be the beginning of that, because anybody at an HBCU should know that not only does their story matter, but their emotions matter, because everybody wants to see. And I heard somebody tell me this earlier too, when I was doing another interview recently. They said everybody sees that, they got it all together, but they don't see the tribulations, and most importantly, the evolution of what makes up that person, and most importantly, how they learn to improve and build on these things every day to be the persons that is portrayed in front of everybody. So if we are going to transition to the exact reason why we are here, let's get into it, because we're not gonna be shady, y'all. Ain't no shade. Love Albany State.
No, ain't no shade.
It's all love.
All power to all HBCUs.
Absolutely.
Man, we all trying to get the same way. So
we all trying to graduate. And also, I am also shooting this on voting day. And yes, we about to get our first Black president.
hey, for sure.
Like, I'm excited. Although I was nervous at first, I do feel like we really got it. And she's a product of the HBCU. We're both products of HBCUs. Like, HBCUs matter, especially if they are smaller circuits such as Fort Valley State, or even in the bigger circuits. All HBCUs matter. All HBCU students matter. Staff, faculty, and those who are products of HBCUs are living proof that if you do not give up, there's still some on the other side. So let's kind of start there. What do you believe separates the Fort Valley State University from Albany State?
Well, with us being the number one HBCU for the past 7 years straight, let's just put
I was, when I say I was waiting for somebody to say, I was like, nobody gonna say that.
I mean, personally, I feel as if Fort Valley is just really, we're so ancient that we cannot be reached. So it's just like, with us being so ancient, like 1895, that came alive. Like, I feel like with what stands out about Fort Valley is we're in a small country town.
That part.
And so with the graduate rate percentage going up each year, and having more people, like, look, this past year we had people having to double up in the same dorm. Like, it's some rooms where freshmen have to literally sleep next to each other, bed to bed. Like, we have over 3,000 students.
Really?
On campus.
I did not know that. I'm gonna let that sink though. I'm gonna let that sink.
We have over
3,000 students on campus.
On campus. This is just like, on campus.
What?
So, with that being said, it's just, I feel like we have more and more people wanting to come to Fort Valley each and every year. And it's not just from Georgia. It's from out of state. It's from different places.
You, I'm all the way from Chicago. People don't expect to hear Chicago at all because, and I'm be honest too, my mom, shout out to my mom and my aunt, by the way, both of them went to Florida A&M University. They were the first real life examples for me on what an HBCU product looked like. And especially when I saw my aunt graduate, I think it was 2012, I want to say. I was 7 years old at the time. The way I saw my aunt graduate around people that looked like us, it kind of meant a lot to me. And although I will be honest, I did not see HBCU in my future. But now to see myself at an HBCU, it means a lot. And especially knowing that we are definitely the blueprint because there's nothing like an HBCU. There's nothing like that HBCU experience from the football games to homecomings to coronations. Shout out to our 87th Miss and 17th Mr. Fort Valley State University, Alexis Strozier Jr., and of course, Maya Aaliyah Floyd for being the standard.
Love both of them.
Absolutely love them down. Fun fact, he was my RA.
Yo.
That was my RA my freshman year, and I love both of them down.
I actually met Lex when he first came in. I believe I don't know how we met, but we started kicking it. Love everything about that man. He's a great guy. I'm glad that he's our king. I'm glad that he's our king. The job that he's doing, it's just phenomenal. Like, he's just such a stand-up dude. He gonna be himself. He gonna be the same person every time you see him. That's what I love most about him. Like, he's free. He ain't afraid to be by himself. One thing about Lex, he gonna roll dolo.
Yeah,
he gonna roll dolo now. He can roll dolo. And I love that he's so independent. He's so driven, and he's just. Look, I'm excited to see what he's gonna do in his next chapter. Honestly, I'm so excited. That's somebody I'm definitely gonna stay in contact.
Definitely that, along with Naya too. Naya is somebody that I looked up to, and especially with seeing her, because I do want to say both of us did help each other during campaign season, along with all the other people who did run alongside with us in our respective positions. The way that I saw her help me and I help her, it meant a lot because she was Miss Junior at the time, and knowing that, little did I know I was helping a Miss Fort Valley State and making insane. But also, another thing, ain't nothing like the D9 here. Ain't nothing like the D9. All the way from Alpha Phi Alpha to Iota Phi Theta, and all love to D9 as well because they do that big one, especially during home. That's another thing that makes the homecoming to step show, which I'm so sad I missed because I had a lot going on today. But I will say there's nothing like the HBCU experience, from the D9 fraternities and sororities to coordination to the homecoming parade to the game, the tailgate. Absolutely, that tailgate.
Yeah.
Yeah, tailgate, all that, everything that makes an HBCU that y'all see is the real deal. What you see is what you get with the HBCU, and I feel like it's definitely time for us to actually start bringing it more to the forefront instead of just seeing the negatives, which I do hate. But at the end of the day, I feel like an HBCU is going to HBCU by itself.
Exactly, that part. They couldn't have said it more perfect.
Put that on a shirt. What's that brand called? Historically Black Sense. If you're watching this, put that on a shirt.
Put that on, man.
And HBCU is just going HBCU.
Hey, look, don't just listen, y'all. Y'all better do
yes,
it for real.
I will add them.
Don't be playing.
So going back into that, as you said, Fort Valley State separates itself from, of course, as you said, being the number one public HBCU consecutively. Back to back.
8 years coming.
Uh-oh.
Keep the trend going.
Absolutely, yeah. We have to. Let me see this. Was there any moment that you felt like was your favorite when you were attending the Fountain City Classic out of all the years you went?
Well, last year was actually my first year.
Really?
I feel like at the so being at the game in that stadium for the first time was wow. It was electric. It was like it, it was like lights out. Like it was crazy. I've never been a part of something like that, and I've been to an NFL game, but but it's like that was better than the NFL game.
Really?
Like it was like I never seen so much going on at one time. Like it's literally like a third homecoming or a second homecoming. I should say.
Definitely.
It's like another homecoming, and like that the atmosphere itself is just it's so electric. Like you don't want to miss it. Like this is why I tell people like, look, y'all don't want to miss the Fountain City Classic. It ain't nothing like it. It's better than the Florida Classic.
Uh-oh.
I thought the Florida Classic. Look, this coming from a Floridian. Look,
that's what I was gonna say. You from Florida, so look, for you to say that means something.
Fountain City is better than the Florida Classic. I'm telling you, like it's so wild. Like you do not want to miss this classic. Tune in to the Florida Classic too now, but y'all damn sure don't miss this.
So let's add on to that. What separates the Fountain City Classic from other classics in HBCU world?
Well, I feel like Fountain City is just different. Like it's you gotta think about it. With the rivalry, you have another school that's a replica of you. And
no shade though.
ASU is ASU is a lot bigger than Fort Benning.
Right.
It's like a replica of a big. It's like it's kind of like the little big brother, right? The little big.
Yeah.
Son. But I feel like this classic, because the rivalry is just so intense. Like with us literally doing things the same way, just in a different environment. Same place, we do the same thing, different location.
Yeah.
So with this having this rivalry, I feel like we have one of the biggest rivalries in HBCU history.
For 34 years straight.
34 years.
30. Straight. Oh, I messed up the fingers. 34. That's beef right there. But I feel like it's friendly beef though with Albany.
Yeah, like it ain't
really
like nothing personal. Like I personally got nothing against Albany.
I love Albany. I love him. I do.
I have actually.
One of my friends from Chicago, actually, she was the first ever to go to Albany State. Shout out to Diamond. Love her down. My little sister from Chicago. And that's the crazy thing though too, because back home in Chicago, Fort Valley State and Albany State University, not a lot of people know about it. So we also attended the same high school as well. So for the both of us to be the first ever from our high school to attend these HBCUs and to see each other again as rivals, this is bigger than itself because not a lot of people from our city go to these two schools, and I feel like we are making history regardless, whether people like it or not. Yeah. And I feel like if Shadami does see this, I'm proud of you, and I'm gonna see you at that classic, girl.
It's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be jumping. It's gonna be rocking. Like y'all don't want to miss out. It's gonna be a good time. Tailgate gonna last till the sun go down.
What?
It's gonna be Greeks everywhere. You got Greeks from back in the day. You're gonna have Greeks from a few years ago. You're gonna have Greeks from our time. Like it's gonna be such an amazing feeling. You're gonna meet so many different faces. You're gonna run into people that you've been, you know what I'm saying, that you ain't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Hey, you might run into your long lost cousin, man. Yeah, look, you never know, man. You gonna run into family. You gonna run into friends. You gonna meet people. Look, man. Look, it's gonna be such an amazing feeling, man. You definitely look. If you like to be outside, if you're a people person, look,
This classic is just for you. Just for you.
So it's gonna definitely be fun for all the viewers out there. Look, the Fountain City Classic will be this Saturday on the night. Y'all don't want to miss out. It's gonna be in Columbus, Georgia. What time of football game? I believe the football game is at 2.
2.
I believe the football game started at 2. The tickets are $30 at the stadium.
Really?
At the stadium, it's $30. If you're a Fort Valley student, Fort Valley students, I believe it's $12. Here on campus. Hurry up and get them while they last. So look, yeah, definitely in Columbus, Georgia, y'all don't want to miss out.
Yeah.
Look, get there early, get there at a good time. Traffic ain't nothing to sneeze at. The parking ain't nothing
that
to
far.
sneeze at.
Like you said, it's a second homecoming, so everybody gonna be there.
It's gonna be
especially the president.
Exactly.
Especially
compare it to a sports team winning a championship. That's exactly how this atmosphere.
Yeah. So if we are going to transition into this classic, what do you think you are most anticipating for this classic?
Well, the after parties. But I think I'm really anticipating more of really just the atmosphere of it. Last year I didn't, like I said, I enjoyed the game until we lost, but I didn't really have the greatest time last year. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would last year. So I'm just looking this time around. I'm just looking for it just to get away from, obviously, just to get away from Fort Valley, get away from school, and just get away, just have a little short vacation. Just looking to just take some time off and just enjoy some free time. Just enjoy some free time, enjoy the atmosphere. Like I don't really care too much about anything else, but just getting away and just relaxing, getting a peace of mind, and having some fun. I really just want to have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like definitely this is the time to get all that out before the semester ends.
Yeah.
I feel like this is why they created it, just so like we could all have a little family reunion before school let out.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. So.
And one last question. Between Fort Valley State University and Albany State University, who do you believe will win the 34th Fountain City Classic on Saturday, November 9th, 2024 in Columbus, Georgia?
I believe that it's going to be a great game. It's a rivalry. I feel like our team is a lot hungry from last year because we should have blown them out.
We was doing good.
We ended up losing that game by I think I want to say by a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. But our boys got it. Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be. Look, I don't think it's gonna be a cakewalk. All ASU, they gonna come to play. Like I said, it's a rivalry. It's gonna be a rivalry. ASU gonna come to play. I feel like we're on a hot streak. ASU, they've had a decent season, not too bad, but I feel like we're on a hot streak right now. We finally beat Benedict. I feel like ASU does have a chance to win the SIAC, and we have a chance to win the SIAC. So, whoever wins this game is pretty much in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
So, I like Fort Valley. I like us to win by 2 touchdowns. I like us to win by 2 scores.
I feel like we're gonna get it though. I feel like we're gonna get it. We definitely are.
Good. So it's gonna be a great game from start to finish.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're gonna pull it out. Fort Valley on top, baby. Wildcats.
But with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in. And most importantly, thank you, Rudolph, for coming on for the show. And most importantly, starting the Fountain City Classic special. And as he said previously, the Fountain City Classic will be located in Columbus, Georgia on Saturday, November 9th. So make sure that y'all get out there. The game starts at 2 o'clock. Get the tickets while it lasts for all Fort Valley State University students for just $12.
It's $12.
Just 12. Like, that's a good deal.
Y'all too. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story and most important, just being vulnerable. Like, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate the invitation. Look, appreciate all the viewers. Thank you, y'all. Everybody, please tune in.
Literally, thank y'all. I love all of my American and Global Beauty League members from the United States of America all the way to Jamaica and Italy. Thank y'all so much. And we are also coming up on 1 year of the People's Princess podcast. It's been an honor being a host, and I cannot wait to see where this goes. But also, most importantly, if you did like this episode, please make sure to not only rate it out of 5 stars, but as a host, I would love to hear feedback from you all, and most importantly, expect the topics from you all. So I am opening the doors for you all to contact me through my DMs on all social platforms, which is People's Princess Podcast. And also, most importantly, if anybody would like to be a part of the show, we are officially opening doors with a little bit more information to come in the next few days. And most importantly, if you guys do want to be a part of that, be sure to follow me on all social media platforms, as stated previously, at the People's Princess Podcast. And of course, on my personals, the.my on all platforms. And most importantly, a couple few messages. One, get right with God, because yes,
God,
absolutely,
you number one for
get
sure.
right, please. And if you or a loved one is suffering from anything, please do not hesitate to call the mental health hotline, which is 988, or talk to a trusted professional, family, friend, or most importantly, you are more than welcome to talk to us through our People's Princess hotline, as me and my team are dedicated to making sure that all of our American and Global Beauty League members alike are not only feeling themselves in a better level, but most importantly, carrying out the way that they wish to be. And also, most importantly, HBCUs matter. If you go to an HBCU, whether big or small, your career matters, your voice matters, your art matters. Support all Black creators. And don't just say you're doing it, actually show proof. Because support is $0.00, meaning it's free. So support is free. Make sure you support Black creators, because we are definitely going through a shift at the time. And also make sure y'all support me, because as a Black creative, y'all don't see the blood, sweat, and tears that I have. But just make sure that y'all support me. Also give me feedback. I would love to hear from you all. And last but certainly not least, free Palestine and every country that is going through genocide right now. And also, since today is voting day, if you voted, and if you didn't, that's okay. I am not going to judge.
Politics ain't fair.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like we really need to put that up there. As I said in my special, politics is not for everybody, but let's not idolize these things. There are way more things that are important to us, so let's make that happen. And let's make that a mission for us to not idolize these things, guys, because it's not going to take us anywhere. So
stay up, stay positive.
Yes.
Always believe that you can do anything. If you believe, you'll achieve. There's nothing that you can't do. You're limitless.
And amen to that. So with that being said, I am the host of the People's Princess Podcast, the HBIC, Chicago Cinderella, most importantly, the People's Princess, and I believe I am the youngest African-American solo female podcast host in the HBCU world. And if there are other HBCU podcast hosts, love to y'all too. I would love to connect with y'all as well. Most importantly, I am Amaya Kai, the host of the People's Princess Podcast, the only home for those intimate and intentional conversations, surely to make you feel like royalty. Signing off, good night.